Hey, what's going on, you lovely people? It's your boy Roliver Queen. I am back. It's been a while, but I'm joined by a lovely, scrumptious, delicious, handsome, and recovering from surgery homeboy, AJ. Reintroduce yourself to the people, brother.
Hey everybody, how's it been going? This has been a while. As always, I am AJ, and I'm glad to be here.
Word. So, yo, let's not waste any more time, man. So, big back bitch Amanda Waller, she wildin'. She wildin'. We finally find out more details about Absolute Power, the summer event from DC Comics, and man, let's get into it, bro. So, all roads led to here. All roads led to here, man.
hmm
It was not.
Um,
Go ahead.
I was just saying, yeah, like you said, Waller. She been cooking something since ever since what was that Dark Crisis. So I guess we're about to see what's up. I got theories, lots of them. I need to read that Suicide Squad book with Dreamer because apparently that's going to be a fairly decent part information wise. So I need to see what's going on there. But yeah, look like she's pulling it all together. I'm ready to see what's gonna happen.
I know. We've talked a lot about how DC they just keep pumping out these events, but I gotta give it to him, man. I gotta give it to him. Ever since last year, was it when Dark Crisis was over? These
hmm
events have been hitting. Like I liked
Yeah,
Lazarus Planet. I liked what is it, Night Terrors. And yo, we just came off of Beast World. I liked Beast World, and now we're here.
Williamson after Dark Crisis seemed like he kind of found his stride with events. So like you said, Night Terrors was really good. Then we get over to Waid and Mora with Lazarus Planet. I mean, come on, is Waid? He's a vet. He's been doing this long enough. It was a good event. Then we got Beast World, which I've been checked out on Taylor a little bit. I'll pop back in on Nightwing every now and then to see if he's doing anything with Heartless. But it was a good event. I was impressed. So it seems like they're getting some consistency with these events.
Mm-hmm.
Now I hope what doesn't happen is they just decide to start shotgunning us with events now that they seem to be doing so much better with them. Like we got this one coming up. I'm sure there will, especially since this is only 4 issues.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there will be another event in the year to close out the year. Like, all right, you starting to push it a little bit. Like, let's three 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 a year should be the most. Well, that's the most I want to see. After that, it starts to get a little redundant. But I'm anticipating absolute power. I think some good things are going to come of it. Looks like we're setting up the return of the Justice League. I don't know if that's going to happen at the end of this or not, but yeah, look like we got some good stuff coming.
I think we're gonna get the return of the Justice League. If not at the end of this year, it's going to be early 2025 because
Yeah.
all the seeds are there. Like Green Arrow knows something is up. He's
hmm
currently trying to get what's that shit? The shit from Sanctuary. He knows something's up with them being scattered. It's not looking right. So I think at the end of the year, or early 2025, the league is going to come together. But I will say this though, I like what DC is doing because for the longest time after Snyder, it was just Williamson. Now
Yeah.
we're sharing the responsibility. So you had Waid doing this thing over here, you had Williamson doing this thing over here, you had Taylor doing this thing over here, and then Waid is now he's picking it back up. So it's not like it's just one person just shepherding the line, and that's what I
Right.
like about it because it's like I'm sorry, I've said it plenty of times, like Williamson just doing everything on his own and wasn't working.
I was fine with the main events that he was doing until Dark Crisis was a little. Yeah, I like what was that Shadow War, and then I think it was one other thing he did, but before we get into Dark Crisis, but I can't really remember it right off bat. I
Oh,
was fine
Infinite
with that.
Frontier.
Yes, and thank you, Infinite Frontier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with that stuff, right? But then you get the splinter effect of books getting announced and Williamson's the writer, and you're like, okay, cool, a new run for or a run for a character I'm interested in looking into or haven't been able to read in a long time, and it's just set up for the events, and
Yeah.
then he's off after 12 issues or so, and it's likely getting canceled. Deathstroke Inc. Was basically 6, and then it got picked up with the team that followed. It's
Ed
escaping me
Brisson.
right now. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And they did basically a year one with Deathstroke, so I got a few more issues out of it that just wasn't event focused stuff. So that was great. But then you look at Robin, Robin ending so prematurely, and then we learn why.
Mm-hmm.
It was mainly just for, like you say, stuff with Lazarus Planet, and even though that wasn't a Williamson event, the back half of that book is him just setting up stuff for that.
Mm-hmm.
That was my problem with him kind of shepherding the line. So now that it's being spread out, it seems like a little more of a focused approach, and
Yeah.
I'm liking it so far.
Yeah. And what I like is that these stories, like the events we've gotten, they're good on their own. You don't really have to read anything else after. Like
Mm-hmm.
you could just read Lazarus Planet and then you leave Lazarus Planet alone. You could read Beast World, which is why I love it the most. You could read it and then you leave it alone. Night Terrorist, same thing. They're just quick, fun, one and done events. And I hope that with Absolute Power, it leads to a more branched out DCU, because I think this is all a speed run. I think everything was a
Mm-hmm.
speed run to here. So I hope with Absolute Power we could kind of calm down a little bit. Okay, we know the league is going to come back. Okay, can we just let the league cook for a little bit, give them their own book, and things just die down? Maybe we have one event per year, maybe
Yeah.
two. Because I think like now DC is doing the Marvel approach where it's like, God damn, bro, it's like every other fucking week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that can be off-putting. That's why, as much as I like the Krakoa era with the X-Men stuff, after AXE, I largely put down the X books. I still got to go back and read Sins of Sinister because right after that event ended, they're announcing a tie-in event with the Spider-Man books, and I'm like, bro, come on,
Yeah.
and not just that, like every event in the line was X-Men focused at around that point. It's like, guys, like this is too much. So I don't want DC doing the same approach because that's a quick way to get me to drop a lot of books. So hopefully we're not in for that. Really, what I think this is leading to is just more being the shepherd of the main line, like you say, going into 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Not more, excuse me, Waid and more, I should say. I think that's your Justice League team, creative team next year. And it could come out, could be wrong, but I think they're setting it up for them. I think what is it? World's Finest has been the test run. I think Absolute Power is another test run.
Yeah.
They've had success, so I think that's your team going into 2025, and then I think the other stuff, absolute DC stuff that we've been hearing about over the past week or so. I think that's for your stuff that it'll still be mainline, but it's not going to be as tightly connected to that stuff. So I think that's the direction they're taking going forward.
Love it or hate it, I'm gonna just say it right now. I think this is the strongest DC has been content wise in a very long time. Yes, I know we have a lot of events that are coming left and right, but the good thing about it is just like it's one cohesive through line story, but it's also kind of separate too, because there's a lot of books that's just functioning on its own. Like you can follow the Amanda Waller stuff if you want to, but you don't have to. They're not beating you over the head with it. So I like
Right.
where everything is being placed right now.
It's a see a change a bit going on over there. I think they're in a good position going forward, going into 2025. We'll see. Anything can happen. It could all blow up in their faces, but
I hope not.
I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Yo, Quinn, what's good, brother? Go ahead and reintroduce yourself to the people.
What's good, y'all? My bad for the late
Hey, what's
entrance.
going on, man?
Nah, not much, man. Being a dad. Man, if y'all don't know, I'm Quentin January, writer, New Era Comics, owner of that whole publishing thing over there. But that's about it.
Yeah, we were just giving like our initial thoughts about Absolute Power, man. So go ahead, bro. What you got off the dome?
I'm excited, bro. Um, I think events for both the big two have been pretty good over the last couple of years since the pandemic for the most part. If it's not, and I trust it, I'm really excited because it's Mark Wade's first like official go and running his own like event because he had Dad hating on him for so long. We're gonna just be honest. That's what it was. Why he was at Marvel for so long because Dan just wouldn't let Mark rock out.
Yep.
And then he has that.
Really?
And now that we have that,
there was beef, bro. There was beef.
it was super beef. So
Oh,
like with that being said, with him kind of with his old kind of like antiquated ideas, no disrespect to Dan. Dan's great creative and all
the
that, but
GOAT.
like he was getting kind of stale, bro. Like it made sense. You could kind of see some of that slip through the cracks in the New 52. And Mark Waid is kind of bringing that. He has brought a fresh gust of creativity, like that balance of silver age, golden age goodness with modernized takes on it, right? And he himself, for his age group, has aged very well with like
Mm-hmm.
the culture. You know what I'm saying? He like when I read him, like I remember, I don't know who said it, but like they were talking about somebody, one of my homies on Twitter, one of our mutes was talking about his run on Champions. But like I don't hear bad like team dialogue from him. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
But to the point, I'm really excited. I think like that Superman image with him falling out the sky, man, just sets the tone.
Oh my
Like,
God. Oh
like
my God.
I'm worried, bro. Like, and like to be honest, Amanda Waller having a team of Mazo bots, like, why hasn't this been done already? You know what I'm saying? Like, Amazo's been a Justice League level threat with just one of them, right? Now you have a Batman's conscience inside a Batman built body, kind of running it with like a Brainiac clone. We don't know exactly what Brainiac Queen is, but she looks like to be some sort of clone or creation from Brainiac from the first couple issues of the Brainiac House of Brainiac. I think it's gonna be very interesting to kind of see like how everybody's going to react. I think Green Arrow is a major player in this series.
Oh, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. Don't worry.
I
We're gonna
think
get into that.
stealthily, I think it's an Ollie event, to be honest. We'll get into that though.
Yo, speaking of the Brainiac and Batman stuff. Now, I read the first two issues of House of Brainiac. I'm gonna review them again because I just got my comics. I like it. It's starting off great, and me and Quentin talked about it on the timeline. But yeah, you can already see how absolute power is starting to spill in. So I trust that transition into House of Power. Excuse me, yeah, into absolute power. I trust that transition. Now, what I'm worried about is the transition from Zdarsky's run into this, because for me that run hasn't really been working. So I wonder how is he going to be able to transition from taking it from Batman to this big event, and then now what happens to his book then? What's going on? I know we have a tie-in, but I'm talking about the grander story. That's what I'm worried about.
With Batman, the big sticking point with Zdarsky's run for me is what was it? Gotham War? I think that was the name of the event.
I think that's the misstep right there. Gotham
Yeah,
War was not planned out
that's the one
thoroughly.
That's the one thing that's keeping me from just being all in on this run. I like the run. I don't love the run. Like that was just I don't know what they were thinking with that event. It really hit the brakes on his run. Catwoman I hadn't been enjoying. I dropped it a while ago, but I had to get caught up with seeing what she was doing to get to a point of Gotham War. Like it made sense from no angle, right? Like the Jason stuff is probably the best stuff in it, and even that kind of
It's janky as hell.
Was fucked up.
Right, it fizzles out. So yeah, like it really hit the brakes on a lot of the just Gotham centric stuff going on. So nobody's in really a great place. The family is still kind of wary about him because you look at what's going on now, and Dick and Barbara haven't really jumped in to pull Bruce's ass out of the fire. It seems like that's where it was going few issues back, but then we got year one with Joker and now the most recent issue. So I really don't know what's going to happen there. I have faith in Chip. He hasn't let me down yet, other than the Gotham War, and I think very little of that was on him. So yeah, I was just saying. So we'll see heading into Absolute Power. I like Failsafe. I think that's a good foil for Bruce. a good new foil for him, I should say. We haven't had something like that in a while. I'll be curious to see what Waller does with it because, to be honest, I don't see Failsafe taking orders for too long, especially not from Amanda Waller. So I'm guessing that's where the Amazo angle comes in, kind of fusing those two. And like I was telling you, Ro, a while ago, like I'm rereading the Meltzer McDuffie run, the Justice League. That's giving me.
So am I.
I know you haven't read it yet, but that's the vibes I'm getting from Absolute Power with all these Amazo bots. Because Amazo starts off
First
as a
couple
big
issues,
threat in that.
yeah.
Right, exactly. So I'm like, okay, I can see what we're doing. It's a little bit of a retread, but they're gonna put a twist on it with the Trinity of Evil. So I'm like, I'm liking what that's gonna lead into. So yeah, we'll see where it goes, but I still got faith in Dazarsky there. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, and I don't know, probably when it's all said and done, maybe it'll flow better. Yeah, I'll wait and see. Because I'll be picking up the tie-ins for Batman, of course, because I'm sure that's going to be important. But I feel like the way everything's just been going with his run, it doesn't feel cohesive to me. It doesn't feel like it has like a solid plan. And then once I saw that he was going to be in this event, I was just like, whoa, what are we doing here? But if it can work, it can work. Like I trust him to work alongside, Joshua Williamson or Mark Waid. And who knows, Mark Waid is the one that's shepherding this event. So he's probably the one that's guiding how things are going to flow in and out. So it's probably not going to disrupt his run too much.
And another thing too with Waller being able to take away the hero's powers, I think is the Batman stuff is going to have to work because other than Oliver,
that was about leading one of my points.
Other than Oliver, I think he's going to be your central player in this. Diana has the combat experience, but none of these guys are really used to extensive, long time being without their abilities. They've always got something where they get them back kind of quick, or Superman's got some kind of power armor or shit like that. It ain't that this time. So I think you're going to have your non-powered heroes taking center stage. And I think from there, I think the big dogs are going to have to kind of take a back seat and take a lead from guys like Oliver, guys like Bruce.
Yeah.
I've seen Wildcat on the cover too, so I'm thinking maybe him, but that might just be me getting my hopes up.
I hope he is.
But we'll see. But it's got to be good for Batman because if this is a misstep for him, I do think Zdarsky's run could potentially be in some trouble. Now that sales are going to crater.
I got some caping to do. Hold on.
Go ahead.
All right. So I think the way you look at Chip's run up to this point is this. The first, 5 or 10 issues to be chalked up to one. There was an anniversary issue that had to happen early on in his issue. That's how we got all of the multiversal stuff and his arm getting cut, his hand getting cut off, and all that good stuff. I think a lot of that.
I love that.
I do too. But I think because he had to make that work, and they probably gave him a doctorate about setting up seeds of fixing the 3 Joker thing. Because I think midway through the whole the 3 Joker ideal, they realized it didn't work. And if they did make it work, it's going to fundamentally break their relationship, right? So he just came off the night. I think a lot of the only thing I can't cape for is Gotham War, right? And I think and I think that was just kind of I think either they needed time to make other things work. And I think the only beneficial part that Chip got from that was introducing the Vandal Savage angle, right? Because I do feel like the overarching bad guy of his run is going to be Vandal Savage. It's not going to be Joker. It's not going to be Zero. It's not going to be Failsafe. Well, then no, they're the same person, whatever. But it won't. I don't think it's going to be Joker or the doctor, the trainer. That trained him in Joker. I think it's going to be Vandal Savage. So I think you had to make the Vandal Savage thing work. He had to kind of pace himself along with the Amanda Waller and the light stuff going on in the background to kind of keep that in line. Overall, I think the first couple issues, first the first half of this run should be chalked up to him getting his rocks off, right? Batman falling from the moon, right? Like going for the big swings, the Adam West stuff. Like he built a multiversal Batman suit, right? So like, I think it'll be fine. I think especially coming out of this event, having Mark Waid give you tips being in your ear, right? Just not even saying Mark has major influences on his story or what he's gonna do. But if Mark Waid gave me some tips, best believe I'm gonna take them, right? You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah, absolutely.
So I think a lot of the things are gonna make more sense coming out of Absolute Power, especially when it comes to Bruce, because there's already a rumor about him being outed. You know what I'm saying? Like his identity being outed. If that happens, I don't know. It's like there's a lot going on. I think it's gonna be like we're gonna forget about that first half of his run because I think it had to be cleanup, right? Like I'm not saying he didn't get a good handoff from JT4, but I mean like he didn't get a great handoff.
It was no. You're right on it. Call it like it is.
And then Future State played a part in that, like, and also, well, let me I'll segue into Absolute Power. I wrap up with Chip just saying like, I think coming out of Absolute Power, we're gonna hit we're gonna start hitting our stride, right? Like, bang bang, things are gonna start happening. It's similar to what we were kind of feeling about Green Arrow for a while. Like it was kind of like something happened. Oh, Wally got sent here. Oh, Roy found Diana. But it was we saw a character we hadn't seen in 10 years, but we didn't get any like major plot movement, right? Now it seems like things are rolling, right?
Yep.
So but my Absolute Power take is this. I feel like the piggyback off Mitch, it's gonna be non-power heroes. I think they've already gave us the caveat of how everything goes bad for Amanda with the Green Lantern, the Mazobot, and the solicitations. So I'm starting to think solicitations should be kind of banned during events, but whatever.
Bro, can we talk?
I've had that.
Can we talk about that though? Because I was
like that was too much, bro. I was like, damn, there's the out right there. And then what you said
know
about
we know half of this event, if we're or at least the first chunk of this event via solicits. Like, I get it, they're great for the retailer, and to an extent, they're great for us. But I'm at the point right now where I don't want to know anything else.
Yeah,
I don't.
And then, like, man, so I'm hoping like there's like a twist. But I like I said, obviously something goes awry with the robots or somebody gets feeling. We know the caveat. We can already see that. But I think it's going to change the landscape of the entire universe because you got to think about it. At the same time, we got the United Planet things happening, right? There's a lot of it's movement going on there. I gotta believe in my heart. Ollie's not gonna break my heart that bad throughout this event, right? I already know he's gonna break my heart on Tuesday. I already know he is, bro.
I think Waller gonna have him doing some heinous shit.
Oh, of course.
Like I already saw the row. I see he and Dinah. I think they breaking up again.
Chill, bro. Chill. Nah. We can't do that again.
I think the only thing to take solace in is that I think he'll be the inside man for Batman's resistance. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he's working to play. He's working to play.
He's gonna play it from both sides. I fully agree on that.
But and I think this is what
he's gonna have to do some dirty shit, bro.
But like I said, this is his Batman brother eye moment. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like he has. At the end of the day, I was watching a YouTube short the other day, like discussing Ollie, right? And they were talking about the way he's described him. I mean, I've always described him as this, but I haven't really heard somebody say it other than me and a couple other people. But like, Ollie is the survivor hero. Like, he is the guy that he's like, as much as Batman and Catwoman are going to stick around, Ra's al Ghul, Ollie's going to be right there. That's why he's like a main focal point in DC versus vampires, right? Like, it makes sense. So like, I think this is his event. Like, this is his event to let everybody down. But like, I got y'all, right? That's his whole thing. Like, Green Arrow lets you down. He breaks your heart. So not only is he going to betray the people he loved, the family he just fought so hard to get back.
Yeah.
He's going to have to turn his back on them. Bruce is probably one of his closest friends outside of Hal. So like, I gotta hope like those two are in cahoots together. That's the only thing that kind of makes sense. And they're gonna play Amanda. I don't know, man. Like, Absolute Power could go so many different ways, but coming out of it is what's gonna be interesting because I think this is your 5G event right here. This is your 5G event. Okay. Everybody want to see Jace Fox. who's left to help the heroes out that we haven't seen in a while? That'll be amazing to see on panel if Bruce comes to him. They never had the conversation yet. We haven't discussed none of that yet. This is the time to do it. To put Jason on that big stage, right next to Dick and Bruce. Like, this is the moment. This is the moment you see Yara, who's another Amazon who has battle. I mean, it seems like she has battle experience. We don't know too much about her necessarily.
She has.
So we have that. You can start seeing, like, some of these other, you can learn more about Red Arrow, like Red Canary. I'm sorry,
Red Canary. Yeah.
You can start seeing. I think, like I said, I think that's where we kind of get some of those 5G characters. I think you got to have characters like City Boy come into play, the visual. Like, these are the moments that these characters, like, everybody's taking off the mat. Amanda Waller knows everybody that's in Sanctuary, not all the new characters.
That's right. That's right.
And see, here's another angle, right? Remember, Waller has Slade in the tuck. After Dark Crisis. Okay, Slade. Back in the day, this is what New 52 stuff. Team 7, right?
Oh yeah.
You got Dinah, you got Slade, you got Steve Trevor, what's my man, Wildcat, all of them, right? The new task force that she has set up. What's it called? Task Force 7. Look at the armor. Look at the armor on those dudes. It's very reminiscent of Deathstroke armor. Just instead of orange and black, is gray and orange in place. I think it might be a little black on there. I gotta look at those covers again. You got Wonder Woman stuff. What's my man?
The Sovereign.
The Sovereign and Sergeant Steel. They're supposed to play a part in this. I think we about to get the next evolution of Team 7. I think that's gonna come into play. I think they're gonna repower Slade back up with his serum. And I think he's the one that's been training these mercenaries. Because you don't keep Deathstroke off the table for, what are we at? Almost a year and a half now?
Yeah, about almost 2 years now.
Yeah, so I think something's definitely coming with that.
He needed a break, though. I was tired of seeing him, be honest.
Yeah, I think we all were.
I mean, after the Deathstroke Inc. run, it was time.
Yeah, man. It was time to some fresh ideas, bro. Get Priest back on the book.
Yeah. Oh, I'd be all for that. But I think this is where he comes into play again. I think she's getting the Team 7 folk back together. I really believe that, and that's where I think Dinah is gonna butt heads up with Ollie when she finds out about a lot of this. Like, that team did not end in a good place. Her and Waller, I think the last time they really interacted was probably that Birds of Prey run in New 52. They came to an understanding, but they did not fuck with each other. So, like,
you think they're gonna play you think they'll play a factor in John Ridley's Amanda Waller little book?
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think Team 7 does. I don't know how much of a focus we'll get with Canary on that, but yeah, her early days with that team, absolutely, I think so. So that's going to be interesting. Like I said, and that's going to lead into the. I hate to tell you, I think a breakup is coming. Like, she gonna have Oliver doing some heinous shit, and when it comes out, it's gonna come out. It was all a work, and Ollie was on their side to begin with. But I think it's gonna be the same.
Bad. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and we also got to take into consideration too, like, if we're going based off the solicits for the upcoming Green Arrow issues, he is gunning for Merlin. He wants Merlin because Merlin put him through some shit for the last for the first 6 months. So he wants his lick back. We don't know what he's about to do to get that lick back. Because that gotta go. He gotta go.
It's going, like I said, man. It's going to be nasty, dog. I'm just thinking of all the possibilities. Because you start talking Merlin, now you can talk about league stuff too. Like, I mean, you could with Slade, but like, man, it's going to be
I also think Lex Luthor's going to play a factor in this too, though.
Oh, of course. Of course.
I think I think it's going to be more on a heroic angle because I ain't gonna lie. I had the thought the other day. I was like, man, because I'm for the progression of our heroes, bro. Like, I get that everybody misses Alfred, but logically, man, my man's had to go. right? Like,
yeah.
I like Lex in a more of a anti-hero, like a Doom. I think
Mm-hmm.
Lex works best when he's like presented like a Doom-esque character to me, right? Like, I'm bad technically because I'll do bad things, but technically, am I bad? Like that
Like when the
same
real
Doom
shit,
mystique.
when the real shit shows up, I'm gonna do right.
I'm gonna
At
make the
least as
right
much
choice.
as long as it benefits me, I'll play y'all's game.
Same thing for Amanda. Like, it was something that Nicole Main says about. She gave. I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about one of the absolute power books, and I guess I guess she's gonna have. I guess the villains are gonna still have their powers though, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
some of them gonna be working for Amanda. I guess they never disclosed who what villain said it, but they were like, "Do you want us to go after their families now?" And she was like, "No, you idiot, because these are the people that we're trying to protect." Like, no, like I'm not a sociopath, And I think
Right.
they're saying that's a big thing that they're keying up. That like Amanda is not the villain of the story, and I'm like, well, I don't fucking know because she's wearing a villain's outfit for sure. But
Yeah. See, that's one thing I haven't really liked what they've been doing with her character lately. Like they have been like writing her as just like some mustache twirling villain, and I'm like, that is not Waller's character, bro.
Yeah.
Like she's somebody. She had something horrific happen to her, and she said, "Okay, I'm willing to do whatever's necessary to make sure this doesn't happen again, and that other people don't have to go through with that. If that makes me butt head with the heroes, so be it. But she's gonna be on the right side of things more
I think it
times than
has to do
not.
with the light though.
Yeah, that's the thing. The light there, because again, we don't know that much about them. And to go back to the United Planets thing, because like for the longest time, I was like, this ain't gonna be nothing crazy. But hey, I do like how shit is just rumbling in the background with them. Like if you're not reading those Green Lantern books, you are
All of them.
you are
You
missing
need to,
out. I mean,
bruh,
my bad.
they're both so good. That's why I hated that we got the announcement of the John War Journal ending with 12. I mean,
Makes
because
sense though.
it does. First off, it was only supposed to be 6 issues, so we
Well,
got
no.
another
I
6.
think all of these cancellations play a factor that nobody has fucking powers right now.
but wouldn't that be a good time to put a tie?
Okay.
Wouldn't that be a good time for a tie-in though?
You gotta see what
Realistically, though?
those J Amazo book is.
Yeah, depending on how it ends, because you got to remember John Stewart's off world right now, so
That's right.
and how's the Green Lantern focused in this? So if Hal loses his powers, and then which that's the one that confuses me more than anything.
Because how's he back?
Right, it's a ring, it's a power ring. Like you're not taking anything from him.
And he just got it back like an issue or two ago. Like,
and it's not a normal power ring either. It's an earthbound one. So, like, how do you take the power from the earth? I mean, whatever.
So with that, so if John's book ends with him heading back to Earth, that makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
Because the other thing with these failsafe bots being basically Amazos in everything but name, I know we're saying it's a non-powered heroes event. At some point, you're gonna need a hitter to come in, yo.
Yeah.
Because I know Bruce is the GOAT. Ollie can always pull something out his ass, but no Diddy. But eventually, you're gonna need something
crazy work.
You're gonna need a hitter. I can see that being John. I can see that being any of the other lanterns being off of Earth, who are off Earth right now.
I mean, well, hold on. Let's hold on. Let's backtrack a little bit though. Let's backtrack.
Okay, go for it.
Let's go to Heroes in Crisis. Did John have a confession? Did Jessica have a confession? Did what was the other the one with the gun? I keep forgetting his name.
Simon.
Did Simon have a confession? So we have to go off of what we see. Like you can make the assumption that everybody who confessed, there is something on that sanctuary file. So
I'm so confused about that. Not to cut you off or anything, but like I see so many like fan like edits of like the Sam. Like I follow an IG page that's literally dedicated to every hero in like comics history having like a sanctuary like confessional. So I've seen a shit ton of them. So I don't know if they're legit or not because they look damn identical. But I don't think they were introduced yet.
No, Simon and Jess were, I know. Joe wasn't.
No, Joe
Joe
wasn't
for
there.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle had a confession. See, now I got to run. Now I got to run back Heroes in Crisis because
That's the ploy right there, bro. They're trying to make us go
Yeah,
back
we
to
need to
Heroes
see
in
who
Crisis.
we need to see who confess because I think John could be the heavy hitter. Because again, he's been so like hot and
Matter of
cold.
fact, I'm
Like
about to
1
pull it
minute
up
he's here, he's
right
not.
now.
Yeah, so if he has a confession, I think you're right. He might be the heavy hitter for this event. Because let's be honest, ever since Dark Crisis, the whole point of War Journal is just like, hey, bro, I don't want to fight. I want to take care of my family. But at the same time, too, the other point of War Journal is no matter how much you try to avoid the fight is going to come to you.
Yeah, and see, and that's
We're going
the
to
other
jump
thing.
into that.
I think they're gonna break John's heart in a few issues. Like it's dealing with his mom, that's Alzheimer's, dementia. Like I think they're getting ready. They're getting ready to kill her, but I think it's gonna be even harder than that. I think they're gonna kill her while he's off planet, and that's gonna. Oh, I'm gonna hate that for my boy.
Oh man.
Damn it! I can't find my copy right now. It's in here somewhere. Shit.
Man.
But yeah, I think that's coming. Like I really do.
Yeah, I mean, so we got John, that could be a heavy hitter. We got Ollie, of course. I really do like the idea of the 5G heroes coming into play because I think this would be a good redemption for them as well. Like I'm not saying give them all books again, but we know they're out there, and we already seen some of them in the Dawn of DC like teasers.
Yeah, because hell, really, Canary and Yara, they the only ones really been Red Canary, Red Canary and Yara are the only ones who have really made appearances. I want to say
Jackson Hyde, I think he's been around.
Yeah, it was a tie-in. What was that?
Beast World.
Beast World tie-in. Yeah, he was in that. Okay, but he predates 5G, so
that's true.
He was a major part of that next generation that was popping up, but he's way before them. So yeah, okay, that would be a place to get some of them. Another thing I do say, I think if they don't show up with this event, I think we might have start taking that as a signal of DC washing their hands of most of them. I hope it's not the case because I want to see my boy Bolt again too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, like I want to see him again, but because we know the Shazam family's gonna play a part too.
Yeah,
and is she gonna be able to steal their powers? Because again, they're not metas. That's from the gods. So if that happens, then you can talk about the old gods coming into play. And shit, man, I don't think Walt was that crazy.
I mean, we just had an event that was something the gods, Lazarus Planet, something gods. I know that was a thing as well. So they could come into play as well. Yeah, it was Mary Marvel. Yara was in there as well. It could really go either way because there's so many players we haven't seen. Way too many players we haven't seen. Like
I said, I hope they show up with this event because I've been feeling for a few months now. I'm like, all right, they have their ones that they think are working, and those are the ones we've been seeing. So I do hope they give them something to do here because, like I said, if not, I think you got to pretty much take it as the signal that DC is giving us. I hope not because I know my feelings soured a bit on Jace, but they had some other good characters in there, and I think they deserve to find something to do with them. Like you said, they don't have to get books, but throw them on a team, give them a mini, something along those lines. You can make something shake with them.
And you know what? I'll say this as well. Like that's why I kind of like this era of DC more than the previous ones. Because I'll just say it right here. Ever since I started getting into DC, I think there's only been one good event for me. And the only one good event has been Metal. So like I like that. As much as I hate it, I'm kind of happy that everything happened the way it did because now this is more stripped down. This is more back to the basics. For me, this feels damn near street level. So you can cook here, and this landscape, it opens the door for more people to come out. Like, why wouldn't you have a Jace? Why wouldn't you have a Yard? Why wouldn't you have a Bolt? Because it's like we're not dealing with a big, high concept. No, this is very straightforward. I want these heroes out of here. And this is now people trying to step up to the plate and, okay, what can we do to be creative here? That's why, even though they're metal inspired, I like the suits that we saw, like the ones for the Justice League 7. I like those. Like, it's creative. This feels fun, honestly. Like, I think this is the most fun I've had in DC in a very long time.
I don't know. I think I got high hopes because Mark Waid's spearheading it. I think that's where a lot of my faith comes from. Because I don't think I trust him, man. Like, rumors about like Scott Snyder being in the room and like everything going on with the Absolute stuff. I think DC's headed in the right way. I think we've been good for a while now, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I mean, I haven't really had strong. I think the line has been pretty strong across the board. I know we give flack to a lot of the big two, but it's been some solid runs.
To circle back, like, that's why I like this era, because I feel like it's a culmination of things. Like, yo, do you know how cool it is, the fact that fucking Sanctuary is back into play? Like, that's crazy. I know people read that Green Arrow issue and they were just like, wait, what? We hated this, but it's back, and it's back in a cool way. That's dope.
And see, is doing things that is going to do things to make you reassess things. Like we were just on this pod earlier. I'm like, damn, I got to put out my copy of Heroes in Crisis.
Yeah.
Just to go through, like, hey, who said what, or who said something that could be really damaging that Waller now has in the tuck, like her big Joker, like big Spades reference, not DC reference, folks. So like, she's waiting to slap that on the table at any given time during this event. Like, that stuff can make you now go back and reread stuff that you haven't thought about in years, and it's gonna.
That's comics, man.
And that was right, and that was gonna hit you in a different light.
I know it's getting a little late. Kind of did a little bit of a detour, but like I said, I'm excited for Absolute Comics. It sounds like my homies, they're excited for Absolute Comics. We'll be back once Absolute Comics definitely kicks off, because I'm sure some of our theories and whatnot, they may come to fruition. They may be different than what we thought, but we'll see. But I'm excited. We will be reuniting because I think Green Arrow is about to hit 12 soon.
Okay.
So we did the first issue, we did the middle, so now we got to see what the run's looking like at 12, especially with Absolute DC or Absolute Power right around the corner. To close, I'm gonna let my homies go ahead and promote themselves. AJ, starting with you, brother.
Yeah, y'all can find me on Twitter, Mr. _Mitchell _2 the letter U. Not there as much these days, but I'll still check in from time to time. Comics Twitter is a bit of a cesspool at the moment. But yeah, you can find me there most days. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think y'all can shoot me DMs if I'm not following you, but yeah, just hit me there if you're looking for me. You need my hot takes, I'll give them.
Amen. All right, bro. Q, go ahead, bro.
I am QQ22 on pretty much everything. That's QUEQ22. That's my gamer tag on Xbox, all that good stuff. Nothing much really going on. Chugging around. We're almost done with issue 2. I've been putting some teasers out there. I've been trying to hold some stuff back, but Martin's been killing it, bro. Like, some of these black and whites have been like, it's been hurting me not to post them and show them. So next phase is coloring and lettering. So I should be having something with Kickstarter in the next, probably the end of summer, maybe I'm aiming for the beginning of summer. Because Martin's like knocking like a page, almost 5 pages a week at some point. And I'm just trying to find a stopping point. And then I'm start kind of planning that out. And then it's on to issue 3. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. I'll say check out the Twitter pages. It's just New Era Comics. There's a lot of teasers, black and white stuff. It's Grey Wolf's introduction in issue 2, basically. I got another project coming out that I didn't expect to do. It's called Flex, the Mutated Pangolin, Rumble and Chaos Jungle.
All right, that got me. That sounds interesting.
All right.
It was not something I was expected to do, but best way for me to describe it is Sonic meets Bloodsport and Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
So it technically takes place in our universe. It takes place after the events of Event Horizon. So yeah, but it won't give away anything from Event. It'll just besides what you obviously already kind of know. There'll be an established universe at that point. But that's neither here or there. But that'll probably get started. I'm getting the cover lettered right now, so I'll probably release that in a couple days or a week, maybe a week or two. But yeah, besides that, that's it right now. But yeah, man, I'm trying to just keep everything together, keep things going.
I'm officially back after like a month. Feels great. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. I will be back. Yo, AJ, Quintin, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. We had a great fucking talk. It's always lovely having you fellas.
Oh, yeah.
For sure, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. Glad to stop.
I enjoy this.
Word. So we will be back for Green Arrow 12 very soon. And then after that, we will reconvene for Absolute Power when it actually pops off. But thank you guys once again. Please go support my homies. Please subscribe to the channel. And y'all be easy. Much love, much peace. It's your boy Roliver Queen with the homies. And we are out.
Peace.